Okay, so today we're going to do a restoration on a MIme. This card's in pretty rough shape. You can see those scratches. The holo barely even hollows anymore. So we're going to fix that. So first up, I'm just going to try and work on some of the edges a little bit. Get the dust off. You don't want to push dust into the card anymore, right? So some of the corners were kind of lifted up, so I'm just kind of going around and just pushing them down a little bit. There isn't really much you can do with the corners, so I'm just going to leave it for now. So a card cleaning spray, this stuff works magic. I would highly recommend getting some if you have any cards that you think deserve a little bit of love. I got a bunch of these base set and jungle holos, and it's just super nostalgic for me. I'm a 90s baby, so I grew up when the Pokemon dropped. Like, I think I was like 6 or 7 when it released. Or no, I was like 8, yeah. But anyway, it was crazy. And I remember we all had binders full of Charizards, first edition Charizards, like the whole set. And, you grow up over the years and you just treat it like cardboard, right? Who would have known that it would turn into a freaking $20,000 card, right? So yeah, this one had some mold spots on the front, so you'll see me just going around trying to work it off. I'll show you the ones on the back. The back had some really bad mold spots here. So if you look in there, you can see in the holo swirl, the white swirl there, there's all those little black dots. Brutal. I could use a scrapey tool, but I don't want to scratch the card at all. It's already pretty beat up. So I'm just using the Q-tip and the card cleaning solution and just taking my time to just do it nice. Not risk damaging the card further, right? Yeah, this one needed some much needed love. It got a lot of love. I don't know, personally, I like doing the card restorations. I find it really relaxing. And I like seeing these old base set Pokemon cards get brought back to life. I was a huge Pokemon fan back in the day, but, I'm 35 now, and you kind of grow up and forget about a lot of your hobbies because you're working 60, 70, 80 hours a week. But now that I'm a little older, we're a little more established, got time to, explore actual hobbies beyond drinking alcohol. Not a very fun hobby. Okay, so check out the back now. Got most of those spots out. I was actually pretty happy with how they turned out. I didn't think I'd be able to get them all. But you can see that swirl's gone, the one in the swirl. Got it pretty clean, so super happy with that. Now it's time to move on to the scratch and swirl polish. This stuff works wonders on the holo foil, but it also does a really good job at, getting the scratches out of the back of the card too. I find, in the blue, sometimes it's just really, really scratched, and that polish does a really good job at just eliminating, 90% of those scratches. I went a little heavy on the polish here, but it was super scratched, so I wanted to give it a deep polish, and you can do this, 2-3 times. You can go over it again and again. It's not like you have to do it once and it has to be perfect, right? There's no wrong way. So now I'm going to do the back. I don't always do the backs, but this one, like the blues were super faded, and, the colors need to get brought out again. So this polish is just going to bring it back to life here. From the front, this card is super, super clean, but it has a few little spots on the back, and there's just nothing I can do about that, which is upsetting, because it is a really clean card otherwise. So I'm going to do round 2 on the polish, just to really get the rest of those scratches out. Always doing the little circular motions, you know, you don't want to scratch it worse, right? And that's why it's really important to have the card super, super clean when you're at that stage, because if there's any dirt on the card or anything, you're just going to rub it into the holo foil. All right, so pretty happy with how it turned out. It's not perfect, 25-year-old card, but you can see the holo is actually hollowing again. So yeah, super pumped with how it turned out, and see what we do next. Bam.